Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be previewing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers matchup versus the Carolina Panthers. This video is sponsored by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, by the way. More on them in a little bit, but let's go ahead and dive into this matchup, okay? First, let's talk about let's talk about this. It's another divisional matchup for the Bucs, and those are never easy, right? The Bucs got swept by the Atlanta Falcons this year. That was so unfortunate. And honestly, I still get frustrated thinking about it because it was just a very frustrating couple of games for the Bucs. Now, they did defeat the New Orleans Saints. That was a big divisional win for them. Um, and right off the jump, you think, well, they've got to win this game. And I think that's a very fair statement to make. You go from 5-7 to 6-6 potentially. Like, that's the difference there. 6-6 looks a whole heck of a lot better than 5-7. I'll tell you that right now. And the Bucs have to start winning divisional games because look, like, unless the Falcons, I still believe the Falcons are in the driver's seat to win this division. So the Bucs have to start winning these divisional games that they have left to try and build up some of that ground. So this is far and away a must win. Most of the games the Bucs have left are must wins, okay? I really do believe they can maybe only afford one more loss throughout the remaining 6 games. So the pressure's on. The pressure is certainly on. But let's take a look at the Carolina Panthers, okay? Kind of dive into what they've been doing this year on offense. They have been averaging 17.6 points per game. As everybody knows, former Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive coordinator Dave Canales is now with the Carolina Panthers as their head coach. Dave Canales also took Harold Goodwin. He took, a few people, to be honest with you. He took offensive coordinator, whose name is Brad Idzik, who, was formerly the Buccaneers wide receiver coach. So Dave Canales took a lot of offensive coaches over to Carolina. And so far, you've seen some interesting things from Carolina offensively. Now, again, 17.6 points per game. That is 29th out of 32 in the NFL. But that is not to say that there haven't been some positives for Carolina's offense. Firstly, I mean, Chuba Hubbard's been fantastic for the Panthers this year. 876 rushing yards, 7 rushing touchdowns this year. He's been very solid on 177 attempts. That's good for 4.9 yards per carry, folks. So not too shabby at all. However, Carolina still ranks 24th in rushing offense in the league this year. In terms of passing offense, they are 31st in passing yards, 24th in passing touchdowns, 20th in rushing touchdowns. They've had some bright spots. They've won 2 out of their last 3 games. They took Kansas City down to the wire, which is apparently all any team can do this year, Bucs included, by the way. And they've shown some improvement the past couple of weeks. They've been playing more inspired football. Look, Bryce Young has had such an up and down season so far this year. He has 5 touchdowns. He has 6 interceptions, but he's looked pretty solid the past 3 games. Andy Dalton was in for a few games. He started 5 games for them this year. Their leading wide receiver currently, it was Deontay Johnson, but he's gone now. He's with the Baltimore Ravens. So now you have Xavier Leggett with 340 receiving yards, 4 receiving touchdowns. He's kind of their main go-to guy. They haven't had Adam Thielen, David Moore, former Tampa Bay Buccaneers, getting involved. I think the key to stopping the Panthers offensively for the Bucs, that is you got to contain Chuba Hubbard. You got to. He's the linchpin of this Panthers offense. If you can pressure Bryce Young, force him to make some mistakes, I've said it before, I'll say it again, you make the young quarterback uncomfortable, you might be able to have success. Now, one thing where the Panthers have had success is their offensive line's been very good this year. Very, very good this year. So you're going to have to rely on guys who have had some strong years. I'm talking about Vita Vea. I'm talking about Kalijah Kancey. Those are going to have to be some of the guys. And, will the edge rushers show up, in terms of the outside linebackers? I don't know, man. We're just going to have to wait and see. I really don't hold my breath for those guys anymore right now. Nothing against them, but they just haven't been playing good this year. So it is what it is. But I think Kalijah Kancey and Vita Vea are going to have big games against this Panthers offense to make Bryce Young uncomfortable. Also contain Chuba Hubbard and really grind this somewhat rebounding Carolina Panthers offense to a halt. Real quick, guys, I do want to say thank you to the sponsor of this video. It is BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. If you guys use the promo code YouTube150, you get 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and 125% sign-up bonus on your next two deposits. That is all up to $2,000. Again, when you use the promo code YouTube150. Thank you again so much to BetUS Sportsbook and Casino for sponsoring this video. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the Buccaneers offense versus the Carolina Panthers defense. Now, the Panthers have had some big injuries on the defensive side of the ball, as have the Bucs, but they are missing Derek Brown. They're missing Shaq Thompson, the two best players on their defense. Now, Carolina actually has the worst rushing defense in the league this year. They have the 24th worst passing defense this year. That's in terms of yardage. They've also allowed the 31st worst rushing touchdowns this year. So, I'm going to say it. I'm looking at Bucky Irving. I'm looking at Rachaad White. I'm looking at Sean Tucker. All three of those guys had touchdowns in last week's game versus the New York Giants. I think they're going to have a similar game to have some success here against this Panthers defense. And again, I know what people are going to... I've actually been seeing a lot of mixed reviews of this, right? Because I just read out those things, and the Panthers are either bottom half of the league or near bottom half of the league in a lot of these statistical categories, okay? But what's so interesting to me is the mix of opinions about this game, right? You get some people who say this is a trap game. You get some people who, and in my opinion, I don't think the Bucs are viewing any more of these things as trap games because they literally, in my opinion, they basically have to win out to have the best shot at winning the division. So I don't necessarily know if trap game exists anymore or should exist anymore because to me it's it's going to take the team lightly, and I think the Bucs, at least in my opinion, in my thought process, they are in such do or die mode that they aren't taking anybody lightly. Nor should they throughout any point of a season. And divisional games are always tough, man. They're always, always tough. So they've got to be on their P's and Q's. And they have to win these division games because they got swept by the Falcons. That was literally like doomsday, worst timeline-esque scenario for them. So they've got a lot of ground to make up. I know it seems like, they're only one game back, but no, they have a lot of ground to make up, man. They have a lot of ground to make up. So I wouldn't necessarily view this as a trap game. I would view it as a tough divisional game that has a lot of storyline with Dave Canales and all the different things that come into that, and old OC versus new OC with Canales and Liam Cohen now with the Bucs, and Liam Cohen's been fantastic, by the way. I always love singing the praises of Liam Cohen, but there's a lot of interesting things going on with this matchup, man. I don't think it's as simple as, hey, it's a trap game. I don't really view it that way. I would more view it as, sorry folks, it's late. I would more so view it as, hey bro, this is a must-win, tough divisional game. That's how I view it, I don't necessarily understand, kind of the trap game mindset, just because, again, I think everybody knows what's at stake, right? The Bucs really, really, really can't afford to lose more than one game down these final six, and that one game would probably have to be a non-divisional game. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I think it should be a very fun matchup. Of course, I'm going to be live, so stay tuned for that as well. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about this down in the comment section below. Do you think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win? What score predictions do you think they're going to be? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear them down in the comment section below. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hey, one more shout out to BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, the proud sponsor of this channel. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. And as always, guys, stay tuned for the live stream. That should be a lot of fun. And yeah, we're going to keep on rocking and rolling. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. As always, guys, I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream, which, by the way, the Bucs play a 4:05 game this week. So like 3:30. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now. See you soon, and go Bucs.